Good day to you whatever time you're watching. Welcome to yet another tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be making these sisi gown. Now, if you're making your own, just make sure that you get 4 yards. I'm having 3 yards here. You see? Yes, I'm having 3 yards here. So it won't be enough. I'll have to join the extension, and because I want this part to be at the hem side, so I'll be joining this part to the hem. So this is how I'm going to start my cutting now. I'm cutting the front and the back together. There is not going to be zip in my home. There's not going to be zipper because it's a fitted dress. Although in the video there is a zipper there, so if you want to attach zip, just cut the front separately, then cut the back and put the zip allowance. But for this tutorial, I won't be needing any zip. So I will place my fabric like this. I'll fold my fabric into 4. So it's folded into 2 first. This is 2, then I'm folding it again into 4. To know what I will be folding, I will just divide my hip divided by 4. Then I will add 2 inches ease allowance and sewing allowance. So my hip divided by 4 is, my hip is 42 divided by 4, that's 10.5. Then if I had my ease and zipper allowance, that will make it 12.5. So what I need to fold now is 12.5. Let me see. Okay, it's more than. So I keep reducing until I get to 12.5. Okay, I'm good to go now. So at this point now, I will start with my shoulder slope. My neck, my shoulder is 6.5. My shoulder is 6.5. So I'll be adding. Okay, right. My shoulder is 6.5. Now I'll add ½ inch to it to make it 7.5. So 7.5. Then my neck width is 2.5. From this 2.5, from this 7.5, I'll come down by 1 inch. Sorry, the shock is blending into the fabric. I don't have any other color shock at all. So I'll join it. I'll cut a slant like this. Then after cutting the slant, I'll come down by 8 inches for my armhole. My armhole. Then from this armhole line, I will measure my bust. My bust is 36 divided by 4, that's 9. Then I will come down to this armhole. I will divide it into 2, that's 4. I'll come in by ½ inch. Then connect the 3 points together like so. Then for the front, for the front armhole. For the back armhole, I'll just join it to the initial armhole line here like this. Oh, you can see there. From there, I'll add my sewing and ease allowance, which is making 12. Then I'll come down to my waist. My waist half length is 16. From this 16, I'll take my waist measurement, which is 32. 32 divided by 4, that's 8, plus 2 ease allowance, that makes it 10. Then I'll connect to the bust. Now I'll come down again to my hip length. My hip length is 24. So from 24 here, I'll measure my hip, which is 10.5, plus 2 ease allowance, make it 12.5. Then I'll connect to my waistline. So after connecting to my waistline, whatever I measure here at my hip, I have 12.5. That's what I'm also going to measure at the hem part. My hem, 12.5. Good. So I'll connect this line together. let's go back to the neck depth. My neck depth for the back is going to be 1 inch. I'll draw a curve. Why for the front is going to, because the v-neck is going to be 8 inches. So that 8 inch, I'm going to come in by 1 inch here. Come in by 1 inch, then I'll make a slant to this place. And let me just use 10 inches because that 8 inches will be kind of shocking. 10 inches is okay. So I'll come in by 1 inch, then I'll slant it to the neck width, which is 2.5. okay, so this is my front neckline, while this is my back neckline. Now I will cut it out, and notice that the shock is not visible, so just watch the way I'm going to cut it out so that so I've cut out the back bodies, and let me smooth on this part. Okay, before we move ahead, my full gown length is 58, but I'll be cutting out 60 because I'll be folding 2 inches. Now what I have here is not up to 58. If you are using exactly 4 inches, 4 yards, you get your full length. It's just because I'm using 3 yards, that's why I'm not getting my full length. So since I'm not getting 58, I have 53 here. That means I'm going to add, I said 58 is a full gown length, I'll add 2 inches to it, making 60 inches. So now I have 52 here, 52.5. Then that means I have to add 8 inches to the bottom here to complete it. So I'll be doing that very soon, but let me quickly notch where the pocket is going to stay. I'll just measure down from my armhole, 8 inches down from my armhole. That's where my pocket is going to stay. Good. Now, so let's go back to the length. The reason why I don't mind joining to this is because if your Ankara has a pattern that will be very obvious, please don't join. Just make sure that you use 4 yards. I want the end. This Ankara fabric has a kind of pattern that is on the side. So I want the side. I want this. This is the pattern. I want it to be at the end parts of my Ankara fabric. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut out 8 inches from here, 8.5 inches, half for joining back. So there's this. I will just fold this into 2 like this. So let me see. Then this. Leave this and measure my 8 inches. I mean 8.5. So here is where my 8.5 is. So this is where I'll just add the extension. So I'll cut out. I'll add this to the full gown bodies. So I'll set this aside. Now let's cut the sleeve. Cut out the sleeve. You notice that the sleeve has a puff hand. So first cut out the straight part of the sleeve, which is going to get to the elbow, and that should be around 10 inches. So this is still good to go. 10 inches by 8. Okay. So this is going to be for my sleeve, the upper part of the sleeve. Now for the gathers part of the sleeve, just make sure that you get 4 yards for this Ankara for your. I'm going to use this part for the gathers part. I want the gathers part to also be 10 inches so that the total sleeve length will be 30 inches. So I'm going to cut out. Let me just straight this part. Depending on how full we want the fabric to be, so this one is going to be enough for my gathers. So I want 10 inches, the ear is 10 inches, and I will leave 1.5 and half for joining it to the sleeve for the casing, for the elastic casing. So I'm going to cut out 12 inches for the cuff. So this is going to serve for my pulse. Then for the rope, just cut out this for the rope that's going to, I'm going to insert inside. So what do I have here? This is just like 28, that's 56, so it's enough for the rope. It can go around the waist and still have excess. Now this part that is remaining here with me is going to be what I'll be using for my collar. So when we get there, I will tell you how to cut out the collar. So for now, let's get to the sewing aspects. So to start the sewing, the first step I'm going to do now is to go ahead and I've not cut my pockets. I'll go ahead and, okay, let me bring out the front from the back here so that we can finish cutting the front neck. I'm sorry, I'm kind of in a hurry to do something, so I'm rushing this tutorial. Sorry about that. Then the neckline, just cut out this part, remember, then go straight like this. So the hamper, so rope inside, we need a casing for the rope inside, so I will just cut this like 2 inches. So after folding it on both sides, I should have, you know, just get a strap to cut that, to cut this. So I will join all this together. It's going to be the casing inside, so I'll show you when we get to that aspect. Now the first step is to first join the front and the back together. Pick up the front and the back. Okay, making sure that the right side is facing the right side. So I'll go ahead and stitch these parts and then stitch this part. After stitching, I'll weave it. Then I'll also attach the extension of the back of the down part to it. So this is the down part. I'll just sew this, and also like this. This is right, okay, this is right part. I'll just sew this part straight like this. I will sew it down, then I'll sew this part also down like that. Then I'll weave it, come back and show us the next step. Okay guys, yeah, I'll attach the lower part. If you're using a long length, you don't need to attach anything, so don't worry about this lower part. The reason why I'm even attaching my lower part is because I want this edge to have to be on the dress. That's why. Now I'll also attach the neckline, and I'll also weave it. Here is a neckline, and I'll weave it. Okay, so this is my so here is the dress. This is the neck, and I'll leave the neck for now. I can be doing the neck at the end of the whole tutorial. So I'll go on to the shoulder, to the sleeve. Now here is my sleeve. I'm going to open it up like this, the right part. So there's the right part. This is the part I cut out for the gathers. I'm going to hem this lower part for my elastic casing. And first I'm going to first fold ½ inch, then after the ½ inch I'll fold 1 inch, then I will sew straight down. After sewing it straight down, I will now pick it up, then the right side on the right side this way. I'll gather it here on the sleeve, around the sleeve, and from here I'll just start gathering it like this till I exhaust the whole fabric. After gathering it like that, I'll go ahead and weave it. So I will then come back to the sleeve. So this sleeve, I'm going to attach it to the armhole here. So it's going to come like this from the notch part. This is the notch part. I will go this way, this way, this way, this way, then here. So I will sew around the round sleeve, then I'll weave it. I will come back and show us the next back. Now I'm done attaching the sleeve, the lower part for the, I've sewn the elastic casing. This is where I'm going to pass the elastic to. So I've folded it like this, then I attach it to the sleeve, then I weave it, then I also attach the sleeve to the bodies, to the armhole, yeah, like this. So I did the same for the other side too. Now you're going to sew this part. Now I'm going to put my elastic inside this elastic casing. The elastic length, my round sleeve around that part is 10, so I'll be using 10 inches of elastic. So this is 10. I'll be cutting out 10 inches. Then I'll use my pin. You can use anything to just pass the elastic through the casing. I'm going to use my pin. So I'll hold the elastic here with a safety pin. Then so here also I will hold it with my pin, and I can remove the safety pin. Now I'm going to fold this like this to sew. I hold this with my pin. I'm supposed to fix my pocket first. Manage this for my pocket, although it's small, but it will still do sharp. So I'll go. have my 4 pieces. I'll go ahead and fix the pocket here. Okay. This is where I notch that pattern notch, front right side facing right side. So this is where my pocket is going to stay. Just spin it. So I'm going to first sew this pocket here before I start sewing the side. I'm going to sew the pocket first. So this one at the notch part. Here is the notch part. The pocket is going to be at the right side, not on the wrong side. So that's why I'm putting it like this. So there is an omission. I'm supposed to first fix the pocket first before coming to show the right side. So before I sew this side, I'll first fix the pocket, then I'll do this for the other side too. Then let me just continue with my pinning down. Now you notice that there is a slit at the side of the dress. Now for you to know where your slit will start from, me, I do measure my gown, my total gown length, my new gown length, I mean. So my new gown length is 40. So I'm going to measure 40. Wherever 40 is, that's where my slit is going to start from. So from here, I'll measure 40. This is where 40 is. So I'm going to pin, give the last pin here. I'll do the same thing for the other side too, so don't forget. So let me go through it again. Now this, I'm going to start sewing from this part. I'll make sure that I sew on the elastic so that it doesn't pull out. I'll start sewing from this part. Here I'll measure my round sleeve, my upper round sleeve, because it's around the upper round sleeve, so it's 11.5. So I'll just measure 6 because it's a free gown. So this 11.5, that of 11.5 is 5.75. So I'll just use 6 inches to give it a free allowance. So from here I will sew from here to this part, then down to here I will start sewing 1 inch all through. Then when I get here, I will knot here, come inside the pocket, go around, come out, come here, continue with the 1 inch until I get to this length that is 40 inches. So when I get here, I will give it a close here. Also closing it here. Okay guys, welcome back. Now I'll attach the sleeve to it, then I've sewn it from on both sides. So here I've sewn from the sleeve here down, then I enter into the pockets round like this, then come out here. So I stop at my length 40 where I want my slits to be. So if you want your slit to be higher, just measure where you want your slit to be and stop there. Now that I've stopped there, I'm going to fold my hem. I added 2 inches, it was 58, then I made it 60. So I'm going to fold 2 inches like this. This first folding 1 inch, second folding 2 inch. So I'll then sew. I'll do the same for the front side too. Then after sewing, I'll pick, after folding this way, I'm going to pick this side. I'm going to fold half in, then I'll fold half again. So I will fold like this, half, then I will sew. See, till I get here, ½ inch in. So this part you have to be careful when you get to the machine. You have to open it like this. open up your slits like this. Then so when you get here, 1/2 inch here, you make sure that there's nothing under. Then you also fold the other side 1/2 inch in and out this way, if you can see. So then when you get a you top stitch, you reverse the stitching, then you continue, you sew from down to this place, top stitch, then you continue sewing like this till you get to the hem, and you do the same thing for the other side. Now I'll go ahead and do that, but for the neck, for the neckline, I've cut out this stripe. It's going to be, I need 5 inch, so what I have there is 5 inches, which is okay for me. I'm going to attach hair stay to it. After attaching hair stay to it, then I will fold it into 2 like this. Fold it into 2 equal parts, just this way. Then after folding it into 2 equal parts, I'll come back to show us how we work on the neckline. Then this also is going to be our string casing, the parts where the rope is going to pass through at the front. So this is just like 2 inches, and I'm going to fold it 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. So I'll fold to remain just 1 inch like this. I'm going to use my iron to make this folding. I'll sew all through. I will iron it, then come back to show us the next step. See what I was saying, I've done stitching the hem and folding this side. So I will go ahead and weave this part. Then just before then, I'll flip it over to the front side. Then from this first side, I will measure my waist. My waist length. I can't find my shop, so I'll be using this pen. Please don't use pen on your fabric, especially when it's not yours. It's because this is mine. That's why I'm using pen on it. And the reason I'm using pen is just because I'm going to sew it on top of it. I can't find my shop. So from here now, I'm going to measure my waist half length. My half length is 15. So I'll mark 15 here. As you can see. So this is 15. Then I'll mark 15 here also. Now I'll draw a straight line. But while drawing a straight line, this is the center of my dress. I will not draw along that center because I'm going to leave this 2 inches here at the center, because that's where the string is going to the casing is going to stop, and I can have space to tie it up. So I'm going to mark here to the waist and to the side, I mean from that 2 inches at the center. Yeah, I'm going to mark. Okay, I hope you can see because I can't find my shop. Then here, so this is where my 2 inches is. Then I'll mark to the side too. I'll do the line to the side, I mean. So after rolling to the side, I'll turn over my fabric to the back. Then I'll measure again my half length, which is 15. from the shoulder I'll measure 15 downward. This is 15, and this is also 15 here. 15. Then I can roll straight because the string and the rope you just pass straight. There's no need of me leaving any allowance, so I'll roll a straight line. 115, and ensure that the line meets with the front. This is the front line, so you can see that it's meeting with the front line. So this, then this also, to ensure that it meets with the front line. Ensure the front line. I think I should. Okay, here is my front line, so it meets with the front line. Yeah. Now I'm going to now place this my fabric. Now I said I cut out 2 inches and I folded it half front, half like this. So I'm going to take the rope casing here. Just look at it. I'm going to fold this end because I want it to be neat, and I'm going to place it along the rope like this. Then I will sew up like this. I will sew it round, turn to the back, continue sewing on the line at the back. Then continue sewing like this, then come to the front and also sew like this till I get to this part. So when I get to this part, I'll cut up the excess, and fold in the remaining parts. So hope you can see what I'm doing. I'll cut up the excess and fold in the remaining parts so that I can have a neat ending here. So I'll sew. Then after sewing the first line, I'll go ahead again and sew on the second line, the down part. I'll sew it round the same way. After sewing that, I'll go on to the neck. I'll still come back to show us how to insert our rope. This neck, I'll measure around my neckline. What am I having on my neckline? So I'll start measuring from here. So to measure from here, then I will stop here. So I have 26 here. So 26 inches. I will cut out this stripe I cut out for my neckline. I'll cut out 26, but I'll make sure that it's more than 26 because I need an excess at the bottom. So I'll have 36 here now. 36 we do by 2.5. Should be by 2.5. So this 2.5. I'll trim off this excess now. Make it exactly 2.5. So now I have 2.5. Then I'll pick up my dress again. At the center here, I'll fold it. Then I'll give it a notch here, half-inch notch, like a 45-degree notch here, like this. So just be half-inch. Okay. So this is okay. So I have 45-degree notch here. Now I will pick up my collar. This is going to serve as my collar. Then I will start sewing from here, this part. You see, I will extend it so that to have extension. So I'm going to start sewing from here like this. I will sew from where the cut is. I will knot it here. Then I will sew around the neckline this way. I'll sew around the neckline this way. and when I get here again, I'll give it a notch. I'll come back and show us the next thing to do. Okay guys, look at, I've done attaching the string casing to the blouse. Look at it. Hope you can see. So I follow the line and I attach it. So the next step to do now is to insert my rope. I just cut out a rope that is 1.5 of my waist and I sew it like this. So you can cut out 1.5, or you can decide to cut 2 times 2 of your waist. So I'll pass it through this casing. I can decide to increase this rope. It's not easy. It's very easy. So the rope is out here. Now the neck, I'm done sewing. You see, I went ahead and sew from this notch part round here, and I left the excess. The reason why we left excess is because we want to have something that we can tuck in. So I'll take this in. I'll first take this side in like this, then I'll take this in. This will be on top of this one, this way. So you can see the neck is sitting pretty. Then I'll make sure that this place is not, just make sure that it's balanced, because if it's not balanced, you find out that your neck is kind of folding after sewing. So this part is balanced and this part too is balanced. Now this part that I cut, that I am going to fold it in like this. You see, after folding it in, I'll try and fold this part. So I'll fold it in like this, then go ahead, look at it here. So yeah, I'll pick it up here, then I'll go and sew this place, that notch part. I'll use it to, I'll sew it down to hold down the collar, then I'll come back and show us. So guys, I've done sewing that part together. Then I'm to cut off this side, but before cutting I have to confirm that it is well laid, that the part shaped, because sometimes when you move them you won't know that some part is shaped. So it's well laid. That means I won't be cutting. I can cut out the excess now. So look at, it's sitting pretty. Then I'll go ahead and cut off the excess and weave the inner. So guys, we are done with the tutorial. If you've watched to this part and you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It helps us grow. Also comment if you have any question in the comment section, just ask. I'll be there to answer. I'll be reading all comments. So we are done with our tutorial with our dress, and I'll put it on so you can see the final look. Is looking so beautiful. And at this point I say bye.